Welcome to Game News for October 11th, 2013. We apologize in advance that almost all of this week's news is about legal mishmash, but we'll make this courtroom sandwich taste as good as we can with an extra spicy power of Mike.
Hello.
Grover.
Dude!
And El Moi, Chris. And this wasn't any amazing big headlines week, so remember that nifty handheld that plays Neo Geo classics, the Neo Geo X? Well, this week SNK Playmore issued an official termination of the license agreement they had with the Neo Geo X's maker Tomoe. This includes productions and sales of everything involved with the venture. SNK stated, in order to protect our intellectual property rights such as the Neo Geo and SNK, decisive measures will be taken against all unapproved Neo Geo X products not subject to the license agreement. However, a few days later, Tomoe responded with a very curious, Tomoe is still taking care of all customer service and product warranties in North America, as are our master distribution partners, Success in Asia and Blaze in Europe, and went on to say that they are going to continue to sell Neo Geo X and all its related goodies, saying, to date, Tomoe has performed all of its obligations under its license agreement with SNK and is disappointed by SNK's sudden and unjustified termination of the agreement. Holy cow, this could get really ugly or even weirder as the situation moves forward.
Foxconn has once again been caught conducting questionable business practices. This time over 1,000 students from the Xi'an Technological University were forced to work 2 full months doing work described as internship, making 1,600 yuan, which is roughly $261 per month. This labor was enforced by threatening the students with having their diplomas withheld if they did not participate. And this particular Foxconn factory was putting together PlayStation 4 units, and the factory in question was found to be violating Sony's supplier code of conduct that was put in place back in 2005. Nintendo actually found themselves in the same boat last year when Foxconn was packing Wii U's for them.
And apparently Apple had a similar problem not so long ago either.
That's what I heard too, yeah.
Is bad, okay? Square Enix is going to be launching their own crowdsourcing system called Collective that will work very similar to a cross between Streaming's Greenlight and Indiegogo, where a developer will send an idea that will be critiqued by the community, and those who have the right supports will get a period of funding, all being managed by Square Enix to ensure the best support the games can get. This might just help Square Enix's own hurting reputation as of late, as it opens the doors to Asia's small-time developers who want to get their foot in the door. Though since Kickstarter has been allowing more and more worldwide projects, this hasn't been as hard as it was a few months ago. Still, an interesting new wrinkle in crowdsourced gaming.
Indeed.
That's kind of weird. You know, Square Enix is a little too stingent on their quality. I'm not really sure what I think about them crowdsourcing or doing their own version of it, because they're too damn strict.
And while it has nothing to do with that petition that grew so quickly, Rockstar has reportedly announced that Grand Theft Auto 5 will indeed be coming to PC in 2011.
Was that old news that you just added at one point?
No.
You said 2011.
Oh, what? 2014. 2014. Here we go.
Okay.
Yeah, we're going to time travel. Woo!
I was just like, huh?
And by the way, Grand Theft Auto 5 now claims 7 records in the Guinness Book of World Records.
We have more court news concerning the injunction that was filed against Activision Blizzard's attempt to separate from Vivendi. The injunction has been overturned, and they no longer need approval from stockholders to go on with the deal, which will very likely be completed before the end of the month. Meanwhile, a few months ago, Worlds Inc. brought forth a lawsuit against Activision that claimed they had been infringing on their patents. Activision has now launched a countersuit claiming that Worlds Inc. has been infringing on 2 of Activision's patents.
Oh, you gotta love that patent warfare.
Your stupid patents. THQ, and yes, who the hell would ever think you hear about THQ anything since they're dead, is suing EA and UFC's parent company, Zuppa, over fraud regarding the UFC's franchise and deals being made around it for and during THQ's hardships and eventually bankruptcy. THQ is going brains!
And I'm not big on iOS mobile gaming, largely because my phone is far from capable of. But this is the sort of news I actually find fantastic. Square Enix will be bringing a slightly remade version of Final Fantasy VI, that's Final Fantasy III to all the Super Nintendo purists, to mobile. Arguably the best Final Fantasy in the series and always deserving of furthering its audience, in my opinion. And goodness gracious, are you typing away like a madman over there?
Oh, sorry, I was typing. Could you hear that?
Heck yeah.
Wow. Paramount Senior VP Brian Miller is leaving the company after the dismal financial failure of Star Trek the Video Game, which is a game he produced that was based on the 2 reboot movies. I heard the 2 reboot movies were supposed to be tied together by this game, but they didn't. I mean, I saw both of them and they didn't seem to need it, really. Anyway, the game was apparently so bad, the movie's producer J.J. Abrams called it a big disappointment and claimed that it hurt him emotionally.
Wow. That's really bad.
In the wake of Company of Heroes 2 being banned in Russia for poor historical accuracy that made the country look a little bad, Russia's putting a foot forward and claiming that it will now help fund production of video games that will be patriotic toward Russia. I think that may be locally Russian-made, but I don't know.
James Pond was running for new games on Kickstarter after all these years, but after a poor reaction to their attempt to spot an arguably low £100,000 goal, the games team canceled the project this week. They plan on attempting a newer and stronger campaign in the near future. £100,000, that's a lot.
Yeah. And lastly, after all these years, Star Wars MMO The Old Republic will officially get a PvP in the upcoming expansion Galactic Starfighter in February. That will largely be a 12 versus 12 space dogfight extravaganza, though you might be eligible for early access for December. December. Whee! And that is, now there's been a few other things to note, like new games, new DLC, and some upcoming events, but we'll save some of that for another time. That's basically the gist of game news for this week of October 11th, 2013. Not 2011, 2013.
Is this our outro?
This is our failed outro.
Can this really be the outro?
Woo! See y'all next time.
See you next time!
See ya.